Hey, it's me Rishikesh Kannan, popularly known as Rishi K. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business and current affairs.
Bollywood music? Do you like Sufi music? Do you like international pop?
I love Sufi music. I love Sufi music. I'm such a tripper on Sufi music that I sometimes listen to Bollywood songs and take out Sufi meaning out of it. I absolutely love everything that's on Coke Studio, and I love Atif Aslam. I love Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, and I like Abida Parveen. And these are the guys who you can actually trip on their music. In fact, I just lately realized that Bapida made a song called Yaar Bina Chain Kahan Re.
Yeah.
And I've just realized that it's one of the most spiritual songs in the world.
Wow.
If you remove Yaar and put God there, and then listen to the song again, you listen to it. Next time you listen to it, you instead of Yaar, you put God, and see how it's going to affect you.
That's an interesting one. I'll do that. Donal, what's on your phone? What kind of music do you like listening to?
I like all kind of music. Depends on what my mood is actually. I like English songs as well. Dua Lipa is in these days. I'm listening to her as well, and Justin and Atif Aslam and the new song which has come. I'm not remembering the name, but there are some Pakistani songs which are in these days, so I'm loving those songs as well.
Iqbal and Donal, great to see you guys, and many congratulations on Doon Kand, which is about to premiere on Voot. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, Rishikesh. Thank you. How are you doing? I am personally finally getting to see you. As you noticed, I took a picture of yours so that I every time I hear you on radio and your lovely talent, now I can put a face on it.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. I want to start with, Iqbal, the fact that playing a cop in UP is always a challenge for anybody, because UP cops are not like Mumbai cops. Sometimes they're very reckless. They're dabangi, like they say. So is this a templated UP cop, or has the writing done something very different to it?
It's a very, very interesting question. My basic yes to the show was because of the character. As you said, the minute we hear about UP cop, dabangi hoga, aisa hoga, wo karega, ye karega. But it's only because what we've seen, what we've seen in web shows and what we've seen in a certain kind of films, ki aisa hoga. But there are always people who are somewhere in the middle. Not that whenever you go to a heartland area, you'll find cops like that. What we see in web shows and all. So the good part about this is there's a perfect balance between this and that here. And that's the best part about I liked about the character. That it is not very typical, that it's a heartland cop. It is also not something that we have seen grown up watching, that wo police officer was. Somewhere in the middle, it's very balanced. He's educated. He belongs to a family where he protects his family, and he loves his country, and he loves his job. मतलब वो धर्म की तरह काम करता है. मतलब अपना काम को धर्म की तरह सब करता है. So that is very important. So that the ईमानदारी bit is there, but keeping realism intact. And I have always my father is a retired IAS officer. I used to meet a lot of cops, and who would be somewhere a balance between a regular heartland cop or somebody who is somewhere there. So that is the best part about this, where there's a perfect balance between this and that.
That's very beautifully answered. And also, as a son of an IAS officer, you have an innate understanding of how IPS and IAS officers are so well read. They're well traveled. I mean, it might be that they're posted in UP now, but tomorrow they could be posted in the Maharashtra cadre, or in the South. where they have to be predominantly English speaking. So I think it's nice that you understand that balance and what it takes to be an IPS and IAS officer. Fantastic.
Also, my upbringing has been thanks to my father. My father belongs to a village, so he has lived almost his entire youth in a village. So there was a mixture of we never saw when I see very big officers today and this and that. So we never had that kind of a life. We had very basic and regular life. So that also, I think, kept my language and lehza intact, and that has helped me as an actor.
Great. Donal, often what happens is that when people or actresses get into a revenge saga, the worry always is, does the woman have enough to do? Because you'll always find the antagonist and the protagonist going against each other. There's a lot of dhamal in terms of the revenge, and sometimes the woman's character gets a little negated. Was that a worry at the narration stage? Was that a worry at the script stage? Did you speak to Manoj Khade a lot about that before you signed on?
Yeah, we had a discussion over it, and I think it's pretty much there, and it's a binding factor what is happening in the story. So I am the binding factor. Tamanna is the binding factor. So the story, she takes the story ahead through her character. So I think I need not to worry about that.
Nice. Iqbal, Indranil and yourself are pitted against each other in the show. Talk about if you guys are mates, if you're friends, if you worked before. What is the kind of camaraderie? Because often when you have lots of scenes together, you have to play off each other. So I'd like you to talk about that.
So I and Indranil have worked together before. I've known him from a very long time now, and we're not friends, but we have worked together a lot. And I think what I found good about the thought process that we shared was that because we come from both of us come from TV, we wanted to make sure, and we did a lot of discussion on that we would want to bring out that bit in the performance which somewhere is kind of kept behind and down when you're working on TV. So that is something that both of us were very sure about and on the same page, that when we would rehearse, every time if I would notice something, ये हो रहा है, वो वैसा मत कर, उसको ऐसे कर ले. So he would also come to me, नहीं ये वैसा हो रहा है, वैसा मत कर, ऐसे कर ले. So that was a good thing, and I think both of us kept a check on each other when it came to making sure that the performance is an OTT worth performance.
That's great. So Donal, the family obviously gets also involved in this whole revenge saga, and it's not a spoiler because it's already out there. It's put out in the notes that's given to the press that Indranil's character tries to take revenge through the family, and I believe you're a mother in the show. You're a young mother in the show.
Yeah, I am playing Iqbal's wife in the show. Yeah.
So my question is, when there's such heightened drama and child actors are involved, it's very important for the person who's playing the young mother, in this case you, to interact properly with the child, and sometimes that can be very difficult. So I'd like you to talk a little bit about the child actor and how accomplished or how nervous he or she was.
That child was everybody's mother.
And me playing a young mother, a girl, I think I have this motherly instinct itself. So it was not hard for me to handle a kid, a small kid. So it was quite easy for me, and that empathy is being seen in the show as well. The bond between the family is being shown in the series. So that really invites people to see the web series, because it's the real emotions which we are playing. How mother is there with the child, how father is behaving with the child, how husband-wife chemistry is there. So the real emotions really engages audience, I think, that you'll be seeing in the web series.
Iqbal, you're a massive star on television. You've reached a point in your life where there's very little that you haven't done in that particular medium. I believe it's a debutant director. Does that really matter anymore? You do 150 projects and suddenly you're confronted with a debut director, or do you take the plunge very easily? Or do you need to see patches of the director's work to be convinced, saying, boss, I'm working with a debutant director?
No, I think it's very easy for an actor to find out whether the director is good or not, because when you have a couple of meetings, I make sure that I if I'm working with somebody new, I don't judge somebody at all, because everybody is new at some point or the other. So you all you have to find out whether there is a correct amount of honesty, a correct amount of passion, and the technical know-how. That's very important, and it's very important to be with the time. It's very, very important to be with the time, because right now, OTT, your show could be watched anywhere in the middle of Eastern Europe. So you there's somebody who, connectivity has to be very important. So these things ये पता चल जाती हैं when you meet and you discuss and you talk about the script more and more. These are the things that you get to know. So that's what I usually do.
I'd like both of you to take this first, Donal, and then Iqbal. I like the fact that a revenge saga or lots of drama plays out in the hills, because to me the hills are fantastic. I mean, they look eerie in the night, they look bright in the day, and it really sets itself up for. It almost becomes like a character in a film or the series. So, is that the case as far as Doon Kand is concerned? Are the hills? Is Mussoorie really a character, and how has that been used in the screenplay of it and in the script? Donal, you can start and then Iqbal can take over.
See, when I read the script, when the story was narrated to me, I got really excited that because this revenge saga is always in some gully, some small streets of Mumbai or somewhere or UP, but this is based in such a beautiful location, Dehradun, Mussoorie, and we catered all the beautiful locations also through our show, and I think our DOP has also done a great job. I want to add that as well. So itself, how people have seen these kind of stories, the revenge stories, the gangster stories. This will be another take, a fresh take towards the story, and it will be very interesting for everyone to see how at a beautiful location this thing can also happen.
Yeah, Iqbal.
I think the biggest character in this series is Mussoorie. I can't imagine this show being shot anywhere else but Mussoorie. Every little frame has been only lit extra because of Mussoorie. And it has added and what we've tried is, which is done very beautifully, is that, like very rightly you said, there's an eerie kind of a feeling to a hill station also. That's the part that we've taken out from Mussoorie. Usually when you see a hill station, a beautiful place, you only see beauty. But there's a certain kind of a eeriness to it. To bring that out is something that we've tried, and that is the beauty of it. So, you go to a beautiful place, the way you look at it, the way you present it, it depends on the maker, and that can change the entire perspective. Like I remember there's a horror film called Birds. Now, when you see birds, somebody says birds, you can't really think of horror. But when you say it's a horror film, you can suddenly connect things to it. Birds, birds kya karenge? So it's like that. So for me, Mussoorie is the biggest character for the show.
And I remember there was a scene where we had to walk. बहुत ही पतला सा रास्ता था, and we had to do the entire scene there. How the hills are with पीछे पूरी खाई and all that. We are walking on that gully, थोड़ा सा पतला सा रास्ता, and it was amazing to shoot. We did our best actually. but shooting on hills is risky, but yet very exciting.
Also, I love Mussoorie because I think the local authorities have just done a great job. Sometimes you wish that other hill stations, you see how Shimla or Nainital has been dirtied, not much care has been taken. It's wonderful to just get off at Doon, climb up the hills and spend some time. I hope you guys got some downtime, or were you just working all the time? Did you get to enjoy the hills, take some walks in the evening, or maybe just enjoy the drive, Donal?
Yes, yes, definitely. Mall Road, Mussoorie ka Mall Road. So there we used to eat, and everybody, एक महीना डेढ़ महीना we shot there, and every shop person knows कि यहाँ पे ये डोनल है, ये इकबाल है, ये अभी यहाँ पे आएंगे, and they're gonna eat this, they're gonna buy this. So everybody by now know कि यहाँ पे ये shooting हो रही थी, and these are the people here.
Iqbal.
We have become their family, I think.
I think for me the best part was when you enter Mussoorie from the market area, and where the cars don't go in, you keep walking ahead till the road turns on its left. On the right hand side, there is a halwai. It has that huge little kadai.
Kadai, yeah.
And there are like 1 million gulab jamuns in it. That is the best gulab jamun I have ever eaten.
Yes, yes, definitely.
And also, they've done a great job in preserving all the British era buildings.
Yes.
You get to see a lot of the heritage and the architecture, which I think is fantastic. There's the modern Mussoorie, all those gullies and kuchas, and then of course there's the British part of it, which they've done a great job as far as that is concerned. The challenge that movie stars face when they do OTT, Iqbal, is that they're used to formats of 2 hours, 1.5 hours, where they don't get to really play with their characters that much. But the fact that one has done a lot of television, I mean, that's where you come from, where you do multiple roles, I would imagine it's a lot easier for you, because your career graph over 10 episodes is not difficult to do, because you must have done shows which have multiple episodes. So do you think, my question to you is, do you think that somebody with a television background has an inherent advantage in OTT as opposed to somebody who's coming from cinema, Iqbal?
I think when it comes to working hours and the physical bit of it, I think for a TV actor is a piece of cake. Especially from the time when I started doing TV. At that time, TV actors would never go home. I still remember when I was shooting, I said, मेरे को जिम जाने का time नहीं होता है. So I said, that's very bad. Let's give him a gym here only. घर नहीं जाना लेकिन. So the physical aspect of it is nothing. In fact, when I started doing few years ago, when working in for the web, I see in TV everything happens very fast. So for me, it was like, why isn't it happening fast? Everything would take time, and it took me time to get into the zone. But you're very right, yeah. When it comes to the physical aspect of it, it is absolutely a piece of cake. I mean, I've seen actors where say, if somebody would say, "Arey, aaj zyada shoot kar diya na," I'm like, "Isme zyada tha?" And then somebody would say, "Arey, is scene mein to ye jaldi shoot ho gaya na." I would say, "Ye jaldi tha." So that kind of stuff. But everything kept aside, why I like the web is because it's fuel for an actor. It is fuel for an actor. If you love performing, I always wanted to. मैं थोड़ा पुराना हो गया, मैं थोड़ा गुंडागर्दी करते टीवी में भी अपनी कर देता हूँ, लेकिन but here it's you can't be forgiven for not being real here. So that's the best part that I like about web, and it's an absolute fuel shot for a creative person.
Yeah, that's very beautifully put. Donal, you want to add to that?
See, now that I've started doing web, and Doon Kant will be my debut on web, so I'm pretty excited for that. And yeah, it is totally different. doing TV. I've been doing TV since 4 years, back to back. I was doing shows, but breaking that frame of mind from giving a lot of dialogues and pages and pages of dialogues, and now it's the conversation thing happening here. So it's a relief, I would say, first, but you become very pro as an actor, that how the scene would become, and how the lines are, and learning the lines are not that difficult now. So I think we have learned. uh, I can say the TV can be the schooling for acting, and now the web and the cinema becomes a little easier for all of us then.
So Iqbal, lifestyle question: what's on your phone? What kind of music do you listen to? Do you like Bollywood music? Do you like Sufi music? Do you like international pop?
I love Sufi music. I love Sufi music. I'm such a tripper on Sufi music that I sometimes listen to Bollywood songs and take out Sufi meaning out of it.
Do you have any favorite artists or singers that you like in the genre?
I absolutely love everything that's on Coke Studio, and I love Atif Aslam. I love Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, and I like Abida Parveen. And these are the guys who you can actually trip on their music. In fact, I just lately realized that Bapida made a song called Yaar Bina Chain Kahan Re.
Yeah.
And I've just realized that it's one of the most spiritual songs in the world.
Wow.
If you remove Yar and put God there, and then listen to the song again, you listen to it. Next time you listen to it, you instead of Yar, you put God, and see how it's going to affect.
That's an interesting one. I'll do that. Donal, what's on your phone? What kind of music do you like listening to?
I like all kind of music. Depends on what my mood is, actually. I like English songs as well. Dua Lipa is in these days. I'm listening to her as well, and Justin, and Atif Aslam, and the new song which has come. I'm not remembering the name, but there are some Pakistani songs which are in these days. So I'm loving those songs as well.
Lovely. Iqbal, are you a beach person or a hill person? And what is a nice place for a vacation that you like to go alone or with the family?
Now I am hill all the way, all the way. I was born in Kashmir. I did my schooling from Kasauli, Himachal, and but I have with God's grace, I have a family. I have a wife. I have 2 children, and दूसरी वाली तो बहुत छोटी है, लेकिन मेरी बेटी और मेरी बीवी, they love the beach. Yeah. So when it comes to family, I don't think I have much of a say.
You're outnumbered by the ladies. You're outnumbered by the ladies.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Happily so. Donal, what about you? A nice vacation spot would be what?
See, I am from hills. I'm from Uttarakhand only. So, वो तो घर हो जाता है. So, I'm a beach person then.
Lovely. Doon Kand is going to start streaming shortly on Voot. It stars Iqbal, Donal, and Indraneel Sengupta. Please watch, give it a lot of love. Thank you, Iqbal. Thank you, Donal. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Rishi. Thank you.